The Google search algorithm is still re-ranking your results right now, and the Department of Justice can't stop it. This system has been quietly suppressing competitors since at least 2007. A federal judge ruled last August it violated antitrust law. And this morning, when you typed anything into that search bar, it did it again. Today I'm going to show you the internal system Google tried to bury in court. Google search is the gateway to the internet. 90% of all searches on Earth run through it. Google has always claimed its ranking system is neutral, a pure meritocracy of relevance. The algorithm, they said, finds the best answer and surfaces it first. That was the pitch to regulators, to publishers, to advertisers, and to you. And for years, regulators believed it. The EU fined them. The FTC investigated. Congress held hearings. Each time, Google pointed to the algorithm as an impartial machine. What they didn't disclose was that the machine had a thumb on the scale. And that thumb had a name. The internal system is called NavBoost. It isn't in any public documentation. It was exposed during the DOJ antitrust trial in late 2023 in testimony from Google's own engineers. Here's what it does. NavBoost takes your Chrome browsing history, every click, every dwell time, every page you visited, and feeds it directly back into the ranking engine. Clicks that stay inside Google's ecosystem get amplified. Clicks that leave get downweighted. So when you search for a product and Amazon ranks first, NavBoost reads whether you came back to Google afterward. If you did, it logs that the Amazon result failed you, and it re-ranks accordingly, except the signal isn't used purely to improve results. It's used to keep traffic inside Google's advertising network. Your clicks are being harvested to suppress the competitors you were trying to reach. And it's still running. The Department of Justice filed suit. Judge Amit Mehta ruled in August 2024 that Google illegally maintained its search monopoly. It was the largest antitrust ruling against a technology company since Microsoft in 2000, and it changed nothing. Because the ruling didn't stop the algorithm. It didn't dismantle NavBoost. It didn't require Google to open the ranking code to independent auditors. The remedies phase, the part where consequences actually happen, has been buried in procedural delay ever since. Google's legal team turned the remedies process into a second trial. Every proposed fix gets contested. Every technical term gets litigated. The people meant to protect you are still arguing about definitions while the system runs. Here's the mechanism that makes it unstoppable. And this is the part nobody reported. NavBoost isn't just a ranking signal. It's a feedback loop embedded in infrastructure Google owns end-to-end. The Chrome browser collects the data. Google's servers process it. The search algorithm consumes it. And because Chrome is a separate product from search, Google argues in court that the data pipeline between them isn't a search monopoly issue, it's a browser issue. That's a different legal case, with a different agency, running on a different timeline. The DOJ antitrust ruling covers search. It does not cover Chrome. So the data collection that feeds NavBoost exists in a legal gap between two separate investigations. By the time a remedy is crafted for search, the Chrome data infrastructure will have been updated. The signal will have a new name. The pipeline will route differently. Google's own engineers testified that systems like NavBoost iterate on 6-week development cycles. The legal system moves in years. There's one more layer. Google pays Apple approximately $15 billion a year to be the default search engine on every iPhone. That's documented. That's what triggered the original case. But the NavBoost signal doesn't only run through Chrome. It runs through Google's ad measurement SDKs embedded inside third-party apps on your phone. Your behavior on Safari on apps you never connected to Google is feeding a system a federal judge declared illegal. Through infrastructure no court has touched, and it's still running. Every search you run is a training signal, not for better results, for better ad targeting. Your click patterns are being harvested to determine which competitors get buried and which Google properties get surfaced. When you search for a flight and Google Flights appears above every travel site, that isn't the algorithm finding the best answer. That's NavBoost reading that users who clicked Google Flights spent money inside the Google ad ecosystem. Your behavior enforced the monopoly, and you cannot opt out. Because the data collection isn't attached to your Google account, it's attached to your device identifier. Deleting your search history doesn't touch it. Turning off personalization doesn't reach it. The persistent identifier that links your clicks to the ranking engine sits below every privacy control you were ever given access to. So here's what I can't answer. Google's engineers know that NavBoost will be renamed before any court order can describe it precisely enough to prohibit it. The judge knows the technical complexity gives Google every procedural advantage. which means somebody, somewhere in that process, decided that was acceptable. The question isn't whether Google buried its algorithm. It's who agreed to let them keep running it and what they received in return.